Sears Holdings says it's told its employees Thursday that 45 Kmart stores and 18 Sears stores will close in late January of 2018.
For those who aren't aware, Sears opened their first retail store in Chicago, Illinois in the 1920s. It would be approximately 3 decades later, in the late 1950s, when Sears would open their Cheyenne, Wyoming store in the downtown area along Carey Avenue, just south of East 19th Street. Cheyenne city directories from the early 70s reveal that Sears had relocated to East 17th Street, opening in a space that is now occupied by a local burger joint called Two Doors Down. In spite of a rather small store, the location featured a Sears Automotive Center in the rear of the building, which could be seen in the year 1977. By the end of the 1970s, indoor suburban shopping malls were becoming a very common thing in the United States, and in 1980, the Cheyenne Sears store would begin the process of relocating to their brand new Frontier Mall location. The new location actually opened on October 8th, 1980, several months prior to the completion of Cheyenne's Frontier Mall, which would be open to the public for the first time the following year. Something interesting I discovered while researching the topic was that their hours when they first opened the new Cheyenne store were Monday through Saturday at 10 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Sunday at 12 noon to 5 p.m. Now, in my time, I remember Sears initially being open about the same hours as the Frontier Mall, which was also at roughly the same hours as back then. However, I do recall that in their final years, the Cheyenne Sears store was closing as soon as 7 or 8 p.m. on the weekdays, as much as an hour or more before the mall's closing time, something which I just found really weird, and also just concerning when looking at the future of the Cheyenne Sears. Fast forwarding to November 2017, 18 Sears stores, including Cheyenne's, were all announced as set to close. They were all set to begin closing sales that month and close for the final time by the end of January 2018. The cool thing for Cheyenne store, in my case, is that I recall when Sears was closing. So in late 2017, I recall that the optical department had basically shut down. All the glasses frames were moved to other spots in the store. If I remember right, it's mainly in the hallway to the optical department, as well as at the front of the store, the mall entry, in other words. Now, I do recall that this store closed in January, but unfortunately, I didn't think to note down the exact day or even the week that Cheyenne Sears closed. I obviously wasn't actively documenting the history of places yet, and well, no other common Cheyenne sources that I have found have noted that date either. Yeah, what can you do? Later in 2018, during the Halloween season, seasonal store Spirit Halloween would set up shop in the now vacant Cheyenne Sears. I actually do vividly recall visiting the Cheyenne Spirit Halloween in 2018. Longtime Optopolis viewers will surely remember that I even recorded a video of the store. That video was one of the earliest videos I intentionally filmed with the idea of one day posting it and sharing it to the world. And it was also the first Spirit Halloween tour I'd ever filmed. But now to get back on topic. After the season ended and Sears was left empty again, it wasn't too much longer before a new tenant would show interest in the space. Jack's Mercantile Company opened their first Wyoming store in the former Sears, the store which would also be Jack's first shopping mall location. Those who watched either of the Jack's Cheyenne videos I've uploaded on the channel may already know that the new Jack's store opened in late November 2019. Now, you'd think that was the end of Sears in Cheyenne, right? The store had closed with loads of others that were closing during the 2010s, and that was the end of it, right? Well, no. Around December 2021, Sears was working on setting up a new store in Cheyenne. This time they chose a smaller storefront for a new Sears Hometown, a store which focuses mainly on hardware and appliances, and which basically functions like a franchise. By early 2022, the new store opened in the Cheyenne Plaza, and advertising in the windows indicated that they were looking for someone to own and run the new Cheyenne location. Now, I don't know if someone ever bought the Cheyenne Sears Hometown Store, but what I do know is that the store was very short-lived. In mid-May of 2022, the store was already announced to liquidate and close, having their final day toward the end of June. On the upside, the former Sears Hometown space didn't remain vacant for long, with the nearby Party America relocating to the former Sears Hometown space by January 2023. And Party America's old space was also repurposed by another store, but perhaps that's a story for a different day. At this point in time, I don't anticipate Sears coming back to Cheyenne anytime soon, if ever. But seeing that at least 2 full-line stores have reopened here in the United States, I guess time will tell whether Sears ultimately comes back yet again to Cheyenne, or if Sears will stay out of Cheyenne permanently. I must say, this is by far the most research I've done for a video, besides maybe the original City Drugs / Boardroom video. While I'm certain there are still little things I've missed, what I've just shared in this video is the most detailed and accurate coverage I've done on the topic of Sears as it relates to Cheyenne. So if you did like this video or find it helpful, please let me know by dropping a like on the video and also sharing your thoughts in the comments. I'd like to give a quick shout out to my patrons and YouTube members who do further support this journey. If you'd like to help me continue the process of making content for the channel, please consider joining on the platform of your choice. Until next time, peace out everybody. Have a nice day.